This is the Kaiser M3, built in San Jose, California. This is the only American-made commercial bike on the market today, and it's also the very first bike that utilizes magnetic resistance. What that means is there are no parts contacting the flywheel or the drivetrain to generate differences in resistance. The Kaiser also has wattage. It tells you what your power output is. It tells you with this lever, which also acts as an emergency brake, it tells you gears. So as you add resistance and generate more power, it tells you first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, timer. The computer's very involved. And the bike also comes with Shimano SPD basket pedals. This is the only bike I've seen out of the box that has name brand Shimano pedals. It doesn't have perimeter weighted flywheel drive, which means that the aggressive inertia tends to be missing on this bike. It also has multi-stage handlebars, so you get an aero position. This is definitely a bike that you need to ride and test before you buy to see if the ergonomics of the bike fit your body. Unlike most bicycles and most commercial indoor group cycles, where the handlebar goes up and down for different positioning and different body types, this one tends to move forward and up. So when I say you need to try it before you buy it, it really, really is true. It's one of the most beautiful bikes out there. It's American made. It has tons of great features, magnetic resistance, wattage, but you need to try it before you buy it. I have them. They're available for local pickup only. They run about $1,500. And as with the Trac Spinner, we're working on a crating method so that we can get these across the country in one piece without being destroyed during shipping. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the last bike in the product profile for this segment, this session of the very first video we're producing, Studio Cycles for Indoor Cycling 101. This is the Schwinn AC performance bike. Without a doubt, probably the most exciting bike to hit the indoor cycling industry in the last 5 years. So many things to talk about. I'll just point out the glaring, obvious good stuff. Number one, the performance bike is aluminum. They make the Performance, the Classic, and another version which the name doesn't come to mind, but it's a completely new design in the frame. Again, the Performance version has an aluminum frame, so from corrosion, rust standpoint, zero. The plastics, injection molded chain guard, injection molded sweat protectors. It's basically aluminum with a lot of injection molded nylon, so in terms of rust, this bike will stay looking good for a long, long time. Completely redesigned handlebar, bottle cages here, multiple hand positions on this bike. This bike also utilizes fore and aft technology in the handlebars, so if you're petite or if you're taller, the handlebars go back and forth. Now the interesting thing about the AC is that you can't infinitely move the handlebars back and forth a million different positions. There's neutral, there's forwards, there's backwards. 3 positions here, 3 positions here. And the engineers at Schwinn did a lot of research and a lot of homework measuring the body geometry and just the fit of practically every human being walking upright on the face of the planet to come with the 3 optimal positions here and here. In terms of leg extension, obviously they couldn't do that, so there's multiple adjustments in terms of leg extension. Different types of pop pin handles now. These are really, really easy to turn and tighten. Big fat crank arms with a giant sprocket. The AC series bikes also utilize magnetic resistance technology like the Kaiser that we just reviewed, the M3. But unlike the Kaiser, the AC series bikes still use perimeter weighting in the flywheel. So you have perimeter weighting, which generates the aggressive inertia, and you have an aluminum disc on the outside with a magnet basket that drops down for resistance. And I've spent a lot of time on this bike. I really like the AC bike. It's not available to the public. I don't know when it'll be available to the public, but I have one and I'm riding it and I'm loving it. This bike also has probably the most involved user computer, which is designed for classes. Most of the Equinox clubs in the United States have committed to these bikes. I've done, this bike became available commercially in July. I did the very first install in the United States, here in Los Angeles, and I've done a half a dozen installs since then. But most of the Equinox clubs have committed to these bikes with the computers, and this computer technology is so far advanced over anything else that's out there on the market today. It's scary. And you could Google Schwinn AC, you can Google the computer, but magnetic resistance, wattage output, timing, heart rate technology, the computer really is incredible in the amount of features that it provides. And it's just really a cut above most of the bikes that are available today. Schwinn has taken a huge risk and invested a lot of money into this program, and I think they're going to go a long way with the AC. We don't have them for sale. I don't think anybody will for a little while, but I think as soon as they're available, I'll have them available on my site, and it's just it's a lot of fun to ride. And that wraps this first session of Indoor Cycling 101. Stay tuned for a lot more to come.